From conservative short-term targets around 2 cents to long-term community-driven hopes for $1 and beyond, the community is ready and the hive is buzzing. Welcome to the Profit Quest family. Today, we're breaking down B Network and where the BE token might head through 2025 and beyond. Since its 2020 debut, B Network has grown into a leading mobile mining ecosystem with tens of millions of users, letting people accumulate BE on their phones without heavy battery drain or specialized rigs. The platform's hook is its gamified onboarding, social invites, verification tasks, and community-driven growth that make blockchain adoption feel like a game. As of September 19, 2025, BE remains pre-mainnet and not listed on major exchanges, which has only amplified anticipation as users hoard tokens through daily activity. Recent platform moves, notably BPay, an in-app Visa integration for spending crypto in the real world, and wallet activation paths that open KYC and migration, have been major conversation drivers. Social chatter on X is electric, full of speculation about listings on top venues like Binance or Bybit after subtle hints from exchange accounts. One viral thread out of B Network Pakistan drew hundreds of replies, with some community members forecasting debut prices from $1 to $10 based on proposed utility, such as decentralized AI memory layers and synthetic derivatives. Because BE is pre-listing, there isn't a market price yet, but model runs and comparisons to mobile miner peers like Pi suggest an initial range in the low fractions of a cent, roughly $1.05 on debut, depending on circulating supply and market appetite. With a maximum supply set at 10 billion and a mining schedule that tapers to imitate halving-like scarcity, BE's supply mechanics could set the stage for big moves once liquidity arrives. The project's history tracks familiar mobile miner cycles: rapid early user growth after launch, surpassing 10 million users by 2021, thanks to aggressive referral incentives, and then a slowdown during the 2022 bear market, while the team focused on infrastructure. Interest revived around 2023 as partnerships with Web3 protocols, including decentralized AI layers, reframed B as more than mining, a gateway to synthetic assets and prediction markets. Milestones include a 2024 testnet where early contributors validated nodes and earned test bonuses, and the 2025 BPay beta connecting Visa to the ecosystem for easier fiat to crypto flows. Mid-2025 migration announcements and next round coming KYC statuses created peaks of engagement. Official posts such as "See you in the Beehive" pulled strong interaction, signaling a committed user base ready for exchange listings. Comparisons matter. Projects like Pi listed at tiny fractions of a cent, then jumped multiples in the weeks after launch from pent-up demand. B's advantage may be utility beyond mining, staking for AI-based predictions and DeFi yield functionality, which could underpin sustained valuation rather than a purely speculative pump. Analog tokens have shown first-quarter post-listing moves in the 200 to 500% range, albeit with heavy volatility. Several forces will shape BE's price. Listing events are prime catalysts. Whispers of major exchange support can spark multi-X moves, similar to meme coins that raced to huge caps after listings. Community sentiment polls on X show many users eyeing 1+ at debut, and thousands of token holders are publicly sharing bullish scenarios. Adoption and utility matter too. BPay and AI-driven market features target real problems, and Visa-enabled spending could meaningfully increase transaction volume in a way that mirrors fee-driven rallies on other chains. Macro tailwinds, for example, Bitcoin cycles and broader crypto market recoveries, can lift altcoins. Some analysts are bullish on BTC in the coming years, which would help newcomer tokens. On the flip side, risks are real. Increased regulatory scrutiny of mobile mining projects, the possibility of SEC-like enforcement actions, and competition or confusion from unrelated tokens using similar tickers could all hurt sentiment. Social sentiment data shows a strong bullish share, but a notable portion of the community is wary of immediate dumps after migration. At 10 billion supply, a 1B implies a $10 billion market cap. Ambitious, but not impossible if B secures a meaningful share of Web3 portal activity. Technical simulations, RSI and momentum backtests hint at steady climbs under benign conditions, yet macro shocks like global recessions could limit upside. practical scenarios, exchange listings tend to produce steep short-term boosts, while delayed approvals or regulatory delays can shave double-digit percentages off enthusiasm. Utility rollouts such as BPay should lift daily volumes, but slow adoption would mute that benefit. Community hype, viral X threads, and influencer pushes can create large spikes, and macro drivers like BTC halvings tend to support alt rallies. Conversely, regulatory clampdowns could lead to sharp drawdowns. Looking at the end of 2025, if B secures a Q4 listing, the timing coincides with a typical alt season window after Bitcoin stabilizes. A conservative debut estimate based on similar launches is about 0.22 cents, with immediate speculative interest potentially pushing the token toward 1 cent in the following weeks. Community polls imagining $1 to $5 are optimistic outliers, but the concentrated holding behavior, many users publicly reporting large token balances and intent to hold, could amplify early rallies. In a bullish listing scenario, a major exchange announcement could send BEE to 5 cents or higher, translating to very large returns for miners. In a pessimistic outcome, migration delays or muted liquidity could cap price around R5. A reasonable midpoint forecast for initial market action is roughly 0 to 2 cents if several adoption and listing factors line up, supported by simulations and neutral sentiment indicators from token tracking services projecting modest monthly gains. A key short-term monitor is migration progress. When migration completes and a tranche of supply, for example 20%, becomes transferable, selling pressure can temporarily depress price before the market digests the new float. Over 2026 to 2027, the story turns to product market fit and usage. If BPay scales toward millions of active spenders and staking attracts institutional liquidity with mid-single-digit APYs, price targets become more ambitious. Think 50 cents under widely positive adoption and partnership scenarios. If AI-based prediction markets capture substantial TVL on the order of hundreds of millions to a billion, the bull case into the mid to high tens of cents or more becomes plausible. By 2027, cyclical crypto drivers like halvings tend to favor alt appreciation, and a range of 20 cents up to $1 becomes conceivable in the strongest scenarios. If adoption instead stagnates around tens of millions of users, BE could linger sub 10 cents for an extended period. Modelers who compare B to similar networks project sizable year-on-year growth in favorable markets, but that's paired with high variance. For example, scenario tables used in analysis show 2026 lows around 25 cents, averages near 15 cents, and highs close to 50 cents, implying large potential ROI from a 2025 launch. 2027 ranges in some models shift to 10 cents low, $30 average, and $1 high, representing outsized upside if network effects accelerate. Looking further out to 2028-2030, a mature B network could sit among the more visible Web3 portals powering micropayments and specialized DeFi primitives. If B captures even a tiny fraction of a projected multi-trillion Web3 opportunity, prices in the $50 to 2.0 range are within long-term optimistic scenarios, while extreme community-driven forecasts imagine even higher numbers if derivatives and decentralized finance utilities take off. The conservative bear case assumes regulatory tightening or market saturation that keeps prices capped near 20 cents, while a very large user base and strong utility could support multi-dollar figures in some fan forecasts. Investors should weigh the familiar crypto risks. Dramatic corrections are common after listings, scam imitators abound, and technical migration hiccups can temporarily impair access or trust. A cautious allocation approach, generally keeping speculative positions small relative to total capital, plus ongoing due diligence, is prudent. Follow official channels for migration and wallet instructions, and watch verified handles for release notes. In short, BE presents a high variance opportunity. It could trade near fractions of a cent at debut or experience rapid appreciation if listings, utility rollouts, and macro tails align. What do you think the price will be? Join the swarm. Join our Telegram channel, link in the description, for more money-making opportunities, and visit our crypto blog, link also in the description, to learn about projects and tactics you might not see on YouTube.